Police cases that are still unsolved. A girl was killed by witches? Let's find out. We all love some mystery in everything. The love for conspiracies is unreal, as there are so many cases in the world that are still unsolved. So in order to please your curious hearts, I have gathered a list of these unsolved cases. Let's jump in. Tara Calico's case. It felt like a wonderful day to ride a bike on September 20th in New Mexico. Tara Calico stole her mother's pink bike for a ride. She was an outgoing and dynamic person who worked in the bank and was studying psychiatrist. She had intended to play tennis that afternoon and had asked her mother to go out after her if she suffered a flat tire, and didn't come home by noon. She never returned. Every clue led nowhere until a year later, when a photo of a young lady her age and a lost boy, both gagged, was discovered. The Polaroid snapshot was discovered in a parking lot in Florida. Michael Henley, 9 years old, went missing in the same region as Calico in April 1988 while his father. They looked to be in the back of a vehicle, with a copy of a book written by Calico's favorite author, V.C. Andrews, laying next to the girl. Tara's mother first denied that the kid in the image was her daughter, although the girl in the photos had a scar that matched Calico's. Despite this, many experts disregard the image owing to a lack of proof. Michael Henley's corpse was discovered in the Zuni Mountains in 1990 when he was hunting, shattering the hypothesis that they were abducted and moved to Florida. Calico's parents would die, never knowing who had kidnapped their daughter. The mystery of Tucson. Charles Morgan was an escrow agent in Tucson, Arizona, who previously worked with the mafia, changing cash into gold bullion. Morgan participated in a covered government probe into Banco Internacional de Arizona before disappearing in 1977. His body was discovered on a gravel road, shot in the back of the head. He was shot using his own gun, which was unmarked. Police discovered firearms, 3 pairs of handcuffs, and one of his teeth wrapped in wrapping paper in his vehicle. His underpants were fastened with a $2 billion, a map, and directions to the murder scene. The $2 piece bears 7 Spanish names as well as a Bible quotation. Ecclesiastes 12:1-8. The death was declared a suicide by authorities. New Hampshire murder. In August 1918, right after World War I ended, gentleman farmer William K. Dean was discovered in a cistern with his wrists bound, burlap sacks over his head, and a huge stone affixed to his body. Dean, who was a retired doctor, went out to get milk from the cows and never returned, according to his wife. Police did not believe Mrs. Dean was actually capable of the crime, so they shifted their focus to Charles Rich, a judge and financier, who had visited on the day Dean died. The next morning, Rich had a black eye, but said he'd been kicked by a horse and went to the hospital for treatment. Rumors circulated that a German spy was renting land on Dean's farm and flashing signal lights from the mountaintop, sending coded signals to his spy network. Something was wrong. Dean requested a neighbor on his way to Boston on the day he died to notify the police that he had information for them. The killer was never apprehended. Oslo Plaza woman. On May 31, 1995, a lady in her mid-20s registered as Jennifer Fairgate at the Oslo Plaza Hotel. Because she did not offer a credit card, a security guard arrived at her home days later to obtain one. He departed after hearing a loud noise to find the chief of security. Her corpse was discovered with a gunshot to the head within 15 minutes. However, there was no blood on her hands. Her given name was an alias. She lacked identification and her clothes tags were missing. There was no comb, toothbrush, or toiletry to collect DNA evidence, and the gun's registration number had been erased with acid. The case was closed thinking that it was suicide, but the evidence stated otherwise. The case of Jeanette De Palma. Normally, people associate witches with Salem, Massachusetts, but in this case, they were associated with Springfield, New Jersey. It all began in 1972 when a dog brought home a decomposing forearm. This spurred a police investigation, and a corpse was shortly discovered on a cliff near Springfield. Jeanette De Palma, who was a 16-year-old girl who had been missing for 6 weeks, was recognized as the body. Anyway, this wraps up our video for today. Do you guys have a mystery or an unsolved case to share? Let us know in the comments section down below. Leave a like if you guys want a part 2. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel while you're at it.